Welcome back to Algebra 2, Chapter 1, Section 6, Goal 2 in this book. And we've been talking about solving linear inequalities. And we learned that there's only one rule, that if you multiply and divide both sides of the equation by a negative number, or divide, you flip it. Okay, so here we have this. First we're going to graph. And this is a compound inequality. It means x is between negative 2 and 1. So I go to negative 2 and I put a dot because it's or equal to. I go to 1 and I put a donut because it's not, and x is between them. So I color in between them. Sometimes you're given an or one instead. I think I'll get a different color here. So you do each of them just on the same number line. So x is less than negative 1, so I go to negative 1 and I put a donut, and x is less than that. Remember, this is the less side, so I color the less side. Or I get x is greater than or equal to 2, so I go to 2 and I put a dot because it's got the equal, and Pac-Man wants to eat x, so it's the greater side. Now, when do you use this in real life? Well, before I became a teacher, I was actually in graduate school for physical therapy at Georgia State. And I was working with a patient one day, and I was exercising her knee. And what was written was that she was supposed to exercise it right here in between this range. So I started doing that, and she said, I think something's wrong. And I was like, what? And she said, well, I don't usually do this part of my hurt knee. And so I went and got the chart. Oh no. And we looked at it, and we both agreed. We both looked at it and said, yep, that's what the doctor wrote down. So, of course, her mom came over and said, what seems to be the problem? And we all looked at the chart, and all three of us agreed, well, that's what he wrote down. So I was like, okay. And so we were doing it, and it's really hurting her, and I'm starting to get concerned. Well, her mom went and got the doctor, and the doctor comes over, and he is furious at me because he had written real little on the side that, which he said was a not symbol, but it honestly looked like that, and I thought it was where he had tested his pen. So what he wanted was this. He wanted the top part done and the bottom part done, but not the middle. And I felt so bad. I tore up this girl's knee, but it wasn't my fault. If he meant not, he should have written N-O-T in big red letters, no little scribble over the side. I think I'm still not over it, and it's been decades. All right, so how do we do these problems? Well, we ask our regular question. What's our regular question? Why is x not alone? Well, and what I mean is alone in its section between the inequalities. And it has a 3 and a -8. Which one are we getting rid of first? The one further away, the -8. How do we get rid of it? By doing the opposite, +8. And what we do to one side, we do to both other sides. Everybody gets a +8. These cancel out. -2 + 8 is 6. Do I flip it? Nope. Didn't multiply or divide by a negative number. And 10 + 8 is 18. Now, why is x not alone? It's multiplied by 3. What's the opposite? Divide by 3. Who gets divided by 3? Everybody gets divided by 3. Woo! It's a divide by 3 party. Do I flip it? No. They weren't negative. So 6 divided by 3 is 2 is less than x is less than 9. Nope, 9. You didn't see that. Woo! I erased it out of your mind. 6. All right. So now how do I graph it? I go to 2 and I put a dot. I go to 6 and I put a donut and I color between them. Okay, sometimes it's or. And you just do each of them and graph it on the same graph. So why is x not alone? We need to do a -3 to both sides. 2x is less than 2. Should we have flipped it? Those are negatives. No, that was minus. We didn't multiply. So now we divide by 2. Do we flip it? No, those are positive. So x is less than 1. So we color the left side. Or +7 + 7, 4x. Do I flip it? No, because it's +7. Now I divide by 4. Do I flip it? No, because it's a +4. So x is greater than 4. So I go to 4, I put a donut, and I color the greater part. So that you should have had all of this in Algebra 1. If you have not, go find my Algebra 1 tapes, and I teach it slow. I'm teaching it fast because you're supposed to already know this. You're supposed to have already had Algebra 1 and Geometry before you come to Algebra 2. If not, go back to those classes and make sure you know them, okay? You don't have to have perfect knowledge, but just know it, kinda, and then come on back. Or you can continue with this, especially if you're behind in math, but you might need to supplement and go back and watch the tapes you need, the videos you need, or whatever, the YouTube you need for Algebra 1 Geometry. Alright, come back and we'll do 1.7. Math is great.